Hey folks, I'm Doug Hensley, president of Hertz Real Estate Services, and I'm coming to you today with our July 2024 Farmland Market Update. The month of June has been a full and eventful one in Midwestern agriculture. Planting season finally came to a conclusion, and because of heavy rains, a number of farming operations had the opportunity to plant several fields twice. Not what you want. This was not widespread, but there was a fair amount of spotting in wet spots from heavy rains early in the growing season, which has led to some uneven field views for this time of year. As a crop continues to grow taller and block our easy view, it's not as noticeable to see the holes throughout the fields, but that doesn't change the fact that in most cases those holes are still there. It's going to be interesting to see how the wet spots and potholes that struggled to emerge and grow might impact overall yields this fall. From a grain market perspective, the June 28 stocks and acreage report from USDA, which is typically a market mover, lived up to its reputation. Planted corn acres came in about 1 million acres above the March estimates, while soybean acres were slightly below. This pressed the corn market further down, while soybeans were essentially steady. Traders at the Chicago Board of Trade have long lived under the rule, rain makes grain, and they seem to be operating under this premise again in 2024. Throughout the month of June, the consistent rainfall across the Midwest has led to a grain market that has simply continued to grind lower, especially on the corn side of the market, and has now reached multi-year lows. To be frank, it's been really painful to watch, and our current markets are now well below break-even levels for most farming operators. From a land sales and land values perspective, the current market reality for grains and commodities will continue to apply pressure to land prices. Amazingly, however, throughout the month of June, there continued to be relatively strong land sales, even though there was not a huge abundance of sales. The land sales that have happened are not just token sales, however. An example, in Douglas County, Illinois, south of Champaign, the last week of June, there was a quarter section that sold above $22,000 an acre. And in western Iowa, a sale in Sac County, Iowa, in mid to late June also topped $20,000 an acre. We've had sales in virtually all regions of our territory that some would call slightly surprising. And while I maintain that $20,000 an acre sales are not symbolic of the entire market, they do represent examples of strength that can pop up in areas when and where there is a right farm on the right day. I don't believe farmland sellers can plan for these home run type of outcomes, especially considering the current commodity market and interest rate environment. But it's clear there's plenty of financial strength in the countryside to pop off some of these eyebrow-raising wow sales. Another way to say it is one strong sale doesn't define the market any more than one weak sale does. At this time, the farmland market will be neighborhood-specific and farm-specific depending on its relative quality and the level of local sale volume. Here at Hertz, we're working with a number of potential land sellers going into late summer and early fall. We're counseling all of our clients with the best available local information, and we're working hard to try to capture those top-of-market outcomes. It's not within our power, of course, to raise bidder hands at an auction, but it is within our power to make sure people are aware of the great opportunities that we're bringing to the market. So if you'd like to visit with us to understand how your farm fits the market or your options for a sale, we invite you to contact us at 800-593-LAND or visit our website at hertz.ag. I also want to mention that we are hosting 10 different landowner education seminars that are scheduled to begin the last week of July and will run into early August. And these seminars are scattered across the Midwest. We will be talking about farmland values, farmland leases, the grain markets, and also dispelling some common myths in agriculture. We encourage you to attend the landowner seminar in the area of your farm to learn more about the details of your neighborhood and what you might expect as fall harvest approaches. With that, we hope to see you on the road this summer, and I'll talk to you again as we get into the dog days of August. Take care, folks.